Hi, it's Becky Yackley here for Winchester, and today I'm going to show you a quick way to clean your pistol. The first thing I'm going to do, make sure it's clear, unloaded. I have no ammo near or around me when I'm working on guns. And then I'm going to start by taking my slide off, and no matter whether you're shooting a 2011, a Glock, an M&P, whatever kind of pistol you have, you're going to take the slide off first. And I'm going to then take my barrel out after I compress the spring, my recoil spring, and pop that out, set it to the side, and then I'm going to take out my barrel and get it soaking with some bore cleaner or bore solvent. So I'm going to put a little of that on a brush. I'm going to put a little of that in here. Just brush it once. I could use foaming bore cleaner, but I don't have that sitting around right now, and I just cleaned my pistol recently, but I shot a small match and I want to give it a once over before I go to my next match. So I'm now going to take my slide, and it's really pretty clean. Like I said, I'm just going to take a Q-tip here, wipe off any carbon and dirt where I know it builds up. I'm going to look inside my mag well funnel, make sure there's no dirt in here. A lot of times I'll run a paper towel or a rag through here, and I'm going to pay special attention to my magazine release and look that nothing's built up on there. There's not carbon or dirt or anything down there, and just make sure that that is clean. So no matter what pistol I have, I would look at that. And I'll make sure my frame is nice and cleaned up. Alright. So really, it's pretty clean. Second thing I'm going to do is look at my slide. Okay? So, I would like to take my firing pin out and make sure that I do not have any dirt in there. And since I don't have a punch, I'm going to make my own little sort of a punch out of the Q-tip. Slide that plate off. And I'm going to take my firing pin out. It's got a spring. I'll check it over. I'll wipe it dry. Look at it. It's not cracked, not worn. Spring goes back on. It's ready to go back in. And now I'm going to clean out that firing pin channel. While I'm doing this, I can hear my extractor. I hear it moving. That means there's not carbon and junk built up in the channel that it rides in. I will, however, take one of these handy foam pipe cleaners, and I'm going to clean under the hook of my extractor and make sure that that's not dirty and that there's nothing built up under there. Most of the time when you get a malfunction with a dirty pistol, odds are your extractor's involved in terms of something being dirty, and either it can't grab it well or the case sticks. So clean your extractor. And then I'm going to look inside. There's channels on the slide that it rides in the frame on, and I'm going to clean those out and make sure there's no carbon built up on them. I'm going to look where the locking lugs are, make sure there's no dirt in there. And so for a quick cleaning of my pistol, this will do. I'll also look at my front sight. I always want to make sure that I don't have dirt built up and that my fiber optic looks like it's in there solid. I haven't bumped it on anything. Sometimes you can hit them on your holster and they can get dinged up, and then when you're shooting, your fiber optic will fall out, and that's no good. And I'm going to check my rear sight, make sure it looks good. Alright, so clean. Now I'm going to re-oil the slide. First thing I'm going to do is take my firing pin, put it back in, and let's see if I can do this with people watching me quickly. So it's a little tricky. You have to use your finger down here in order to hold that extractor to where the cut is. Oh, and you witnessed probably one of the quickest times I've done it. Alright, so firing pin's in. Now I'm going to re-oil. I'm going to take a light oil. I don't use the lightest oil, but I use just kind of an all-purpose oil. And I'm going to put some on the slide. Not terribly heavy, but enough oil to be there. If I had grease out here, I would probably grease right here by the locking lugs, but I don't really feel like I need to grease it right now. Now that my slide's been wiped down, re-oiled, I set it aside, and I can look at the barrel. Because I've only shot this for one match without a lot of rounds through it, I'm just going to pull the bore snake through several times, and I know that that's going to be good. I'm also going to look at the feed ramp, make sure there's no carbon built up on it, and just kind of wipe off any other carbon or dirt I see on the end of the barrel here. And I'll look at the front. Make sure that's clean too. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, I had wiped down the frame. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. Again, not excessive, just enough. Too much oil, especially on a dusty range, can attract dirt, and it makes a mess. So, oil it, and then if you need more, add more. In my barrel, I like to put a little oil down the whole barrel, a little oil down here, and I'm ready to go. So I take my slide, my barrel goes back inside, I thread back in my guide rod and recoil spring, pop out my little piece of wire. That's good. I'll add a little oil to the recoil spring. Then tip it upside down so the link is down, and slide it onto the frame. Line up the link and pop it back together. And my gun's clean. So that is the quick and not so dirty clean your pistol. Check out Winchester's other blogs for more tips on hunting and firearms.